Or how much will you be raising in the next 30 days?
We've raised 500,000, and we will be raising five, and I think that we will get all of that.
I completed a $400,000 priced pre-seed round fundraise in the time I was working with Rob.
Do you recommend working with me?
I definitely recommend working with Rob. I think there's a lot to learn from him. He has great advice, and depending on what you're looking for, if it's sales or marketing.
I absolutely recommend working with Rob Matskin.
I recommend working with you 100%.
I would highly recommend working with Rob because there's a couple of things as a New Yorker I love about him.
So yeah, I would recommend working with Rob. It's been a great opportunity to learn from someone who's already done it.
I do recommend working with Rob.
I will recommend people to work with Rob. I like the style of those one-to-one coaching meetings.
What was it like working on your business before working with me versus after?
It's still very much a work in progress, but I think I learned a lot from the coaching that Rob did for me. And
I started to think more strategically. You gave me also tools that I didn't know about or hadn't thought about. Plan together that we kind of checked on as we went throughout the year. How many years did we work together?
Well, I started working with Rob right as I started the pre-seed round. So beforehand, it was trying to figure out just who to talk to, who to reach out to, what networks of folks to reach out to. So as I was beginning that process, I reached out to and started working with Rob and really focused my attention on the groups of people that I should be targeting.
I was, relying on my own thoughts. I had an idea of what I should prioritize, which one is a good thing to do right now, which one can wait. I realized that as soon as I started to work with Rob, I was a little bit more structured in terms of what problem to prioritize first as you go.
What would you say is the biggest difference in your leadership working with me before and after?
I take my business very personal, and I get personal with the people that work for me and with me. We work together. We're like a family. But at the same time, I did need to put kind of guidelines and boundaries for my employees. So you kind of helped me do that.
The biggest difference is level of confidence. You are an amazing sounding board for ideas. So as I go to make decisions, I can present them with more confidence after speaking with you.
So the biggest difference in the leadership, I would say, is going into decision making with a bit more confidence and having that sage advice and having stepped through the logic of why a decision should be made.
And what motivated you to seek help from Rob?
I seeked out Rob because I needed help with the sales side of things. I'm not a natural seller. I'm more of a marketer at heart.
So when I started the business, I felt very alone. I thought it would be great to have a coach / partner to help me think things through and get another perspective, and somebody that is not in my industry, right, to give me ideas, perspectives that I wouldn't have thought about otherwise.
When you're out there looking to really get product market fit and it feels like it's close but no cigar, and you're choking on stale cigars, you want to find somebody who can help you get rid of some of maybe your assumptions that are blinding you from looking at the reality and get clear about creating a path for success.
I sought out Rob and his help because he's been through this entrepreneurship journey before, and I figured if nothing else, he can help with some of the pitfalls, avoiding them. And
the mainly reason why I was motivated to say yes to Rob's call is because I wanted to find a way to actually drive the business out of my project that can generate revenue to the next $1 billion idea.
I wanted to work with you because of your straightforward, no-nonsense approach. I would say had the right combination of direct feedback with knowledge, and thus far the work that we have done together has been very pragmatic and easy to work with.
Could you share any notable breakthroughs that you've had after speaking with Rob?
So one of the breakthroughs that I had with Rob was thinking about it in a more stoic way. Like, what do I have control over? And not worry about what I don't have control over, which in entrepreneurship is pretty much everything.
Hey, notable breakthroughs. Our sales grew exponentially every year. The numbers are the numbers. We grew 50%. Obviously South Florida blew up, but We have doubled up our numbers almost every year.
I think the most notable was reframing the way I was communicating the value proposition of our business. I would get wrapped up in the features because of my history in technology and building systems.
Contemplating, reflecting back what we discussed, and identifying, or following through actually on a suggestion he made for where is the biggest pain point, where is the highest value to your client?
I guess the biggest notable breakthrough was just in how I go about approaching my day in terms of importance of tasks and least importance of tasks and hierarchy of ordership of those, and going about tackling the most important of those so that I can actually accomplish more in a day as opposed to.
I like the style of those one-to-one coaching meetings. It's make it easy to have a good communication, to understand where other people are and to help them. I like the way it is set up right now. I haven't been in a group meeting yet, but that's a good breakthrough. He explains you pretty well how to do things.
And is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience working with me?
I think that part of coaching is trusting, and you have to trust that the person that's doing the navigating, trust that they kind of also see who you are and where you're coming from.
I think that, beyond just the coach relationship, you're a people person. We got to know each other. I felt very comfortable leaning on you, which is very important. You're not only business, but you're human.
My time working with Rob was very, not just helpful, but it's good to have another person to share your fears and vulnerabilities with in being an entrepreneur.
I think the only thing I'd add is if you're second guessing signing the contract with Rob, sign the contract.
It's been great working with Rob. It's been available, flexible, just getting down into the dirt with you and going through the practical applications and what you need to be doing. It's not just strategy and theory, it's tactical steps to execute on. It's been very helpful as well.
For me, however, I guess because we're both very direct in our approach, it's been chemistry over Zoom, which I think is oftentimes missing, and I find that tremendously valuable.